Hey guys, it's Caffie and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to answer one of the most asked questions when it comes to homeschooling. Say it with me. How are you going to socialize your kids? Guess what? Homeschool kids are very socialized. But before I answer that question and get into all that information, I want to say welcome to all my first time viewers. If this is your first time stopping by, guys, my name is Caffie. I'm a homeschool mama of 2 little girls. I like to share all things homeschool, motherhood, lifestyle, and some fun DIYs. So if you're into that sort of thing, then please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any new videos. I post new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday right here on the channel. So let's get into it. So if you are someone who possibly you're thinking about homeschooling your child or your children, and a concern is how are you going to socialize your kids, or if you're someone who you're just curious about how homeschool kids are socialized, I just want to let you know that homeschool kids are socialized. They're social beings. They know how to interact with others. They're not some type of weird entity, and it's completely possible to socialize homeschool kids. Okay? I had to do this video because hands down, the response I get whenever I tell someone I homeschool my kids are,
how will you socialize them?
Oh, my kids can never be homeschooled because they're just way too social.
Those are the responses I get. And then I kind of think like, well, just because they're homeschooled does not mean that they're not socialized. Does not mean that they don't know how to interact with other kids or that they're lacking the interaction of other kids. There's so many ways that you can socialize your homeschool kids. But before I kind of give you ways to socialize your homeschool kids, I just want to talk about the idea that public school or brick and mortar school is the only way that your kid gets socialization. If you think about it, you're in school for 8 hours of the day. You have maybe 10-15 minutes. I think maybe some schools let you get dropped off maybe 30 minutes before school starts. So you may have, some time right before school starts to socialize or interact with your peers. And then during the school day, you're focusing on your lesson, right? So you're not really talking in class. You're not doing that kind of thing. So you have to wait until there's breaks during the day. For elementary school kids, if you're like changing class or going to an elective class, you're walking in a line, in a straight line. You're not joking around. You're not, playing or whatever. So that's not really an appropriate time to kind of play around with your friends. So you have recess if your school still has recess. And then you have lunch, which I think lunch is 25-30 minutes of the day. And then you have the 45 minutes it takes for your parent to make it through the car pickup line to pick you up or the bus ride home. And then if you're in middle school, high school, you have the 3 to 4 minutes they give you to change classes. I don't even think it's 3 or 4 minutes. It's like 2 minutes in between class, right? To swap classes. And then you have lunch, and you have maybe like after school or whatever, that kind of thing. So if you think about it, in your 8-hour day that your kid is in school, there's probably only a good hour, maybe 2, because they may have a free period or something like that. But maybe 2 hours, if that, during the school day that they are socializing with other kids. I will say, yes, when you're in a school setting, you do learn skills like conflict resolution and dealing with different personalities and learning how to work with other personalities. If you're put into like a lab group, or you're putting into like a work group and you guys have to work on a project together, then yes, you're totally interacting and learning how to build those skills with other students. So hands down, absolutely, you get that in school. But guess what, guys? You can get that in homeschool as well. You can interact with peers of your same age in homeschool as well that are not your sibling, right? So you can still learn those same skills at home without attending a public school or a brick and mortar school. You can still be a social butterfly without having to attend a brick and mortar school. There are amazing things right now called co-ops. Ever heard of a co-op, guys? It's where homeschoolers get together with other homeschoolers and their kids learn together, they play together, they go on field trips together, they socialize together. I'm gonna say that again. They socialize together. They socialize. Right? It happens. And not only that, after school activities, guess what? Homeschool kids do those too. So piano practice or basketball team or baseball team or ballet or karate, those same extracurricular activities that build such character building traits in kids that go to brick and mortar schools, homeschool kids go there too. So guess what? They learn those exact same social skills that you think homeschool kids are missing out on. They're not. They're learning it there. I was actually reading a post by someone, or I think maybe it was even a comment, and someone said that majority of their friends growing up actually came from church, not from school. So it was the kids that were in their youth group that those were their friends more so than the kids at school. So guess what? You can make friends with people who are not just in your school. If you live in a neighborhood and you got a neighbor who has kids and your kids go outside and they play with each other, guess what? They just made a friend. They don't go to the same school, but they made friends. But yeah, guys, I just really want to just kind of open people's eyes to the idea that you do not have to be in a brick and mortar school to make friends. You do not have to be in a brick and mortar school to be socialized. Homeschool kids can learn social skills at home just as well as they can learn them being in a school building. So please, 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 this is my plea. If you're someone who is thinking about homeschooling your kids and this is a fear or a concern for you that your kids won't know how to socialize with others, do not fear, do not worry. Your kids will learn. But the whole point is you have to make it happen. It's all up to what you personally do. If you want to make sure that your child interacts with others, interacts with kids, learns how to build social skills, then you put them in situations where they're going to learn how to interact with kids. They're going to learn how to build those skills. Meaning you're gonna put them in dance if that's something they're interested in. You're gonna put them in soccer or hockey or whatever it is that they're interested in. That way they can interact with those peers. So my main point, guys, is if you want your child to learn social skills, then teach your children social skills. Put them in environments that's going to build on their social skills. Don't leave them at home by themselves, never interacting with the outside world, because of course, if that's how you homeschool, then of course your kids are not gonna have any social skills. But if you use things like co-ops, extracurricular activities, church, family functions, all of those things, neighborhood kids, all of those things are great ways to help your kids grow and build on their social skills. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't come for me. I'm just saying it, don't come for me. But guys, I just really want to open your eyes, let you know that if you're thinking about homeschooling your kids, do not worry or stress about socialization, because it is absolutely possible. And if you were just curious about if homeschool kids have social skills, then now you know it is completely possible. Tell all your friends so that they know as well, so that when they hear someone is homeschooled, they don't automatically think, oh, those poor kids don't know how to interact with kids because they're only with their family all day long. Okay. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Please don't forget to head over to Instagram when you can hang out with us on the daily. You can see more of our day-to-day life over there on Instagram. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on new videos that I post every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And I'll talk with you guys in a couple of days. Bye.